Today, let's take a few minutes to cover the election results from yesterday, May 5th. Only a couple of states, it was Indiana and Ohio, plus a special election in the Michigan State Senate. So not a whole lot going on here, but let's start with this. In the Indiana State Senate, you might remember that Trump had endorsed several Republican challengers to incumbent Republicans that did not want to go along with redrawing the state's congressional map. So you could see here that Trump won more times than not out of those 7 endorsements. So let's jump into Indiana. We'll start here with the U.S. House. Now remember, some of these results are still coming in at the time I'm making the video, but currently there's 7 Republicans, 2 Democrats, and there's likely to not really be any competition in the general election. So it pretty much comes down to the primaries. And the spoiler here is no incumbents were defeated. Andre Carson fended off a primary challenge in the 7th. And in the 6th, it was pretty close here with Jefferson Shreve. Only a 5 to 6 point advantage here. So that was close, but no real upsets in the works. Now the big thing here are these state Senate seats. There's 7 of them, and the Trump endorsed candidates are on the right. 5 of them have won. 1 of them has lost. The other race hasn't been called yet here in the 23rd. The last time I looked, the incumbent Deary was ahead by 3 votes. So that could be a recount. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, Trump here with some success. So that means the state might redraw the congressional map, but that wouldn't affect this year. That would be for 28 and 30. If it happens, Republicans could gain 1 or 2 more seats here easily. So that's a pretty big deal. Other than that, we've got the state Senate and House. A few races outstanding, a few incumbents went down, but ultimately nothing too shocking here. So we're going to move on to Ohio. Now, Indiana did not have any high-profile statewide races, but Ohio does. But that's going to be in the general election. For the primaries, not so much. We've got Vivek Ramaswamy. He got it done with 82.5% of the vote. It's pretty much statewide dominance here. So he's going to face off against Democrat Amy Acton in November. It's likely to be a heated battle. We know the state has gotten redder. Acton's going to need to get some kind of crossover vote. Then we've got the U.S. Senate. Big race here. Sherrod Brown, who just lost 2 years ago, he clinched that nomination with about 90% of the vote. It's a special election, and he's going to face appointed incumbent Republican Jon Husted. It should be a very competitive race, mostly because this is expected to be a pretty blue-leaning year. There's a few other statewide races here. We've got Attorney General, and then down here we've got the U.S. House. Again, no incumbents were defeated here. Most of the focus is going to be in the general election. This is a state where the map has been redrawn. A lot of the focus is going to be here in the 9th District. It's going to be a rematch between Derek Merrin and Marcy Kaptur. This is one of the pickup opportunities Republicans might have in November. A couple other races could be competitive if Democrats have a really strong night, even though the state is pretty red and the map is drawn to favor the Republicans. Then we've got the State House, we've got the State Senate, then it's Auditor, Secretary of State, and a couple of other races. So nothing extremely juicy here in the primaries. Last, we've got a special election in the Michigan State Senate. With most of the vote in, it's a hold here for the Dems. But the notable thing here is the margin. We're looking at about a 19% win here for the Dems. And this district barely voted for Kamala Harris in 24. And in 22, it was about a 7-point win for the Dems. So this continues the pattern of Dems usually overperforming, sometimes heavily. Republicans have got to get it together if they don't want to have a terrible night in about 6 months. So that's what we've got for May 5th. The primary season is getting fully underway now. Every week, there's action in May. So that's a quick recap. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about any of the results in Indiana, Ohio, or Michigan? Do you think Republicans are going to redraw the congressional map in Indiana? Let me know what you think down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.